Today I achieved 90 days of semen retention. No lusting, no porn, no masturbation, no orgasm, nothing. So it's a big day today because this was my initial goal. Because my life was bad and now it's way better. And so many things have happened in the last 3 months. And I'm going to tell you all about it. The flatlines, the benefits, the ups, the downs, all of it. So let's get started. Now, 90 days seems like a lot, but it really isn't. Because 90 days ago, I decided that I was going to quit most of these things for life. I knew it in my heart that I was not going to do it anymore. But I've been saying that for 7 years. I was going to quit. So it's been a long journey where I had to fall and feel lost, feel weak, not knowing how I was going to beat this addiction. And I had long periods of not thinking about it at all and just doing what I wanted. And always ending up in a place where I felt lost and I felt controlled by my urges to seek pleasure and escape my reality. But I kept going and I kept trying. I kept getting back up on my feet. And I can proudly say that today is the day. 90 days. And this is truly only the beginning, because I have all the momentum in the world now. And I'm not the same person now that I was 90 days ago. But it all started with me making the decision. I saw that there was poison inside of me. There was poison in my life. And I needed to do something about it. So I made that decision. And that is, for any one of you guys watching, that is the first step. You have to look deep inside and feel and say, I don't want to do this anymore. Whatever that poison may be, you need to purge it from your body, from your mind. And you have to know, never again. And it doesn't work if you say, in a week, I'm going to quit it, because then you are still being controlled by your thoughts and your addiction to, in this case, porn and masturbation. All right. It just so happened that I got out of my flatline 2 days ago. So I actually hit the 90 days around 2 days ago. And on that day, the flatline, I got out of it, which is kind of crazy. And unfortunately, for many days of the first many months, for me, there are flatlines, which is the time where your brain recovers from the overuse of certain stimulants, hyper satiating things. And it's been insanely difficult to keep going. I have wanted to escape those dark feelings, but I knew that this is part of it. This is actually the most important part, is allowing everything to recover. But this flatline went on for 25 days. From day 65 to until like yesterday, so day 90. 25 days, and I just didn't feel anything, and I just felt very, very down and neutral, but not. I didn't feel, what do you call it, equanimity, or it wasn't the good neutral. It was like a doomy sense of despair and just no energy in the brain. I had lots of energy in my body, but nothing in the brain. It was just, I was done. And that is where most guys fall, because they panic and they think, fuck this, I'm out. I'm just gonna do what I know right now will make me feel good in the moment. All right, enough about that. Let's talk about the benefits, because I'm very much feeling the benefits again since the flatline got lifted from me. I feel very much all the benefits again. And also did that I had 2 other flatlines from day 4 to 10 and from day 17 to day 25. And they all feel different. It's like a different feeling every time. But all those days that weren't the flatline days, I felt all the benefits, which were a great mood. It's like nothing can really get you down. I just feel a sense of purpose. I feel drive. I feel testosterone pumping through my body. I just need to move. So it's very hard to just sit still and watch the screen, for example. It's like I just need to do something. I need to feel something. I need to work. I have that sense of drive and purpose, and that's why I'm also sitting here, because I feel that I need to do it. So the mood is great. The energy is limitless. Right now, I can go on and on and on at the jiu-jitsu classes while everybody is tiring out. And it's a great feeling to be able to work out at your maximum capacity or like workload and still feel great in the brain. Feeling lots of damn. I don't know what the word is. But just having that extra energy all the time so that I can be present and enjoy the moment, because I don't want to run from it because I'm out of breath or I feel weak in my body. There's just none of that, which is great. And I think that's the added testosterone, or that my baseline has become way higher and that I don't tire out because I'm not running on fumes. I have a full gas tank of energy. Most guys will run on fumes because they just have had some carbs or some sugar or some caffeine to get them running, but actually they are running on fumes. I feel like I actually have gas in the tank, right? A sense of peace. Everywhere I go, whatever happens, I know that I can do something about it. I know how that there is a way that I can handle that shit without falling apart. Social engagement. It makes a lot of sense that if you stop doing a lot of things by yourself, which can be very destructive, and you no longer have that priority, you're not looking for ways to get out of social activities. You actually realize that all you have are your friendships, your family, your YouTube viewers, all you really have is this present moment, and that the best feeling is sharing it with someone you love or care about or you like to hang out with, makes you laugh, makes you have a deep conversation. That's at least what I realize. And that is when I have all this poison away, I just have so much desire to feel connected with someone, whether it be a community or, best friends, family, all that. Clearer skin. My skin clears up when I do not have those huge releases of prolactin and hormones. They come after the orgasm. So your body spasms when you have an orgasm, and it's all good, I think, if you have sex and all that. But right now I'm living in total celibacy. But what I've found is that if I masturbate or watch porn by myself, I think there is definitely some sort of scientific explanation, but it's just like you release some different hormones, or maybe because you have longer sessions than you have sex, that something else happens. But my skin gets fucked up. It gets really bad, and I get breakouts and I get pimples and all that. So when I'm not on that, it's like things are neutral and my skin loves it. And it may also have something to do with that, because I'm not spending time indoors, sitting still, doing nothing. I'm out maybe getting fresh air, I'm doing some work. I'm not all caught up or going inside. That could also be a reason. I'm motivated to take risks. It all goes hand in hand. I don't want to spend my time sitting inside, fucking my own hand. I'd rather be out there with a lot of confidence, which is also one of the benefits. I use the sense of purpose, the drive, the energy, the increased mood, the desire for social engagement, and my clearer skin, and my sense of peace, and my motivation to take risk, and my confidence, and my self-respect. And I take all that and I go out into the world. And I say, here I am, guys. This is me. I'm Emil. Now what the fuck are you going to do about it? Right? Instead of everything going inwards and my brain thinking down into this area, just thinking about women and fantasizing and just fucking this hand. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to say that. Then I want to do the exact opposite. I want to go out into the world and meet people. There are countless benefits. We could talk about benefits for days, but the last one I wrote is spirituality, because it's the only way that you can go, is what I have experienced. Because once you start to realize that no matter how many women you get, or how many hours you watch porn, you will never be satisfied. Never. It's never enough. And that's how you know it's some sort of poison. That you have trained yourself to want to keep looking at different kinds of women. It's just a drug. The natural way is to fall in love with a woman, and you want to spend the rest of your life with her. But that's okay. So you can also fall in love with life, and then you get curious about life. And then you start to wonder, what's this all about? then you can start to go inwards again or go upwards. Some people like to focus on a certain God, but it's all connected. But the spiritual journey is everlasting. It always gets deeper or higher, or but the thing is, spirituality is the opposite of addiction to certain kinds of drugs, stimulants, because the reward is ever increasing. It always gets better somehow. And that's how I know that it is not a waste of time. It is something very fruitful. A fruitful endeavor. Let me see here. All right. Now let's talk about the flatlines, because them flatlines, it's like the test. That is the hell that I had to go through. And it's not over. Now I'm getting a break. I did 6 days. Then I did, math, don't fail me, 8 days. And then I did 25 days. In different time chunks, right? And it's hard to describe, because now I'm feeling great again. Now I'm feeling all this drive. So I've kind of like tried to forget about all of that. But it is a living hell. It is a living hell. It truly is. But the reward for going through it without letting yourself down and doing mindless things that you know are hurtful to you, if you do not fall into that and you actually make it through while still having that self-respect and you still do all the right things, when you get out of it, man, it's just the best feeling in the world. And that's what I'm feeling right now. It's like everything is just coming together. But when I was in the flatlines, I was just falling apart. I was just falling apart every day. And I just had to gather strength that I didn't even have. But I kept pushing through. And I kept doing what I knew deep down inside was the right thing to do. Yeah. And I'm so thankful. But it took 7 years, right? So much. When I got to the flatlines and I just felt so depressed, so bad, then of course I would fall back into my habits, because they made me feel great. And my brain lit back up, because now we was back on, right? Back to the party of like seeking pleasure all the time, so that I didn't have to face this ugly reality. Let's talk about that now, because the reason why people fall into these traps of pleasure is mainly because there's something in life that we don't want to acknowledge. There's something deeper that instead of even thinking about or even having the notion about that, we have something in front of us which is pleasure town, baby. Millions and millions of women or men, if you're into that, online, all sorts of categories, genres, and they will make you feel good. They will make you feel amazing in the time span, in the time that you are doing the act. And some people, they can have a fine balance doing certain vices all their life, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But I guess I'm just different, because I couldn't settle with a mediocre life. Because living a mediocre life is often just a game of chance. You're living a life with someone else rolling the die, which scares the shit out of me. I don't want someone to control my life, because I've seen all the hurt that happens to people who just live every day at random. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, because it's taken me a long time to get to this point where I know what I want to be. So I can't get too much into it, because it's ultimately something you have to decide for yourself. But if you want control in your life, then you obviously need to get rid of all the things that control you. Right? I mean, it's obvious, right? And the first step is actually letting go of the victim mindset that it's someone else's fault, the way that you feel. Because it couldn't be further away from the truth. Of course, people can make you, put you in very, very bad situations. And that is the most common thing. You get put into a very bad situation. Someone does something to you, someone says something to you, you're being put through some sort of institution or school that is very bad for you and makes you not even know who you are, and you become this sort of shell of yourself. I know that many of those things happened to me, and I found myself being someone I was not. I was just a robot. But if you keep blaming everyone for everything every day, then you will never recover. You will never get out of the life that you hate. It all starts with removing the identity of a victim and starting to ask questions. Why am I here? What is it that I don't like? What is it that I do like? What do I want more of? What is it that I need to get rid of? You go into asking mode, analytical mode. You start to tear apart the walls, everything. Yeah. So, initial goal is hit now, 90 days. I'm stoked, man. I'm so happy about this. So what's next? What's going to happen now? The journey continues. It never ends, right? And in around 5 days, I have my very first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament on a white belt level before I get the blue belt. And 3 days after the tournament, I go on a 10-day Vipassana retreat. I'm going to be in silence for 10 days. And I know I'm ready to do the work. It's going to be 10 to 11 hours of meditation every day in silence. And we don't get to eat much as well. It's going to be crazy. And I'm only able to do it. I know that I can do it now because of all of this. Because of these 90 days, I've proven to myself that I can do whatever the fuck I want. I set a goal and I can achieve it. Right? So I'm just gonna keep going. And if you want to join me on this journey, just subscribe and leave a comment and maybe click the like button so other people get to see this video. Because I'm just getting started, man. This is just the beginning. I'll see you guys, man. I love you. All right, bye.